Sanibonani Dubanan Absheni, it is your boy Steezy, and welcome to another edition of Match Day Reviews, brought to you by Easy Bets. And for those that don't know by now, you simply just got to go on to www.easybets.co.za to start your betting journey, and we'll be very, very kind enough to give you an extra $50 to start your betting journey. Today we'll be profiling Amazulu versus Kaizer Chiefs a little bit later with our Mr. Evergreen, Thuso Phala. Stay tuned. Yeah, another match day review. Quite a big one today. Kaizer Chiefs versus Amazulu. There was a lot of talk about this game. Full house. You know, they made a noise about the stadium being full today. You saw fans were coming in a little bit late, but eventually it was a full house. 3 points, 3 goals. Conceded another goal in the second half. What are your thoughts on the performance? What do you make on the starting lineups of the two teams? Something quite interesting that we should obviously touch on is the fact that Amazulu made a switch in the goalkeeping department, which I think Kaizer Chiefs took advantage of that. So basically just give us your thoughts. And how are you, Mr. Evergreen Thuso Phala? Yeah, no. I'm sorry, man. I just,
excitement. Don't be excited.
No, man. You know what? Go to Feranje. You know what? I just want to get straight into the action. You know, the game was quite interesting, particularly the first half. But I think second half they came out. It wasn't really the same Kaizer Chiefs that we saw in the first half. So yeah, I do apologize for that. But it is your time. You're the analyst here.
Oh, yeah.
Take us through, my brother.
Yeah, a very good start from Chiefs. They got the goals early, which is much needed. It's good to see Chivaviro on the score sheet. You know, he's been getting a lot of criticism. You know, as a striker, you need the goals, you know, for the confidence.
Yeah.
It helps the team also going forward. Sereno, obviously, you know, that big signing.
Yeah.
It's coming to play. I think one of the best signings that Chiefs has made this season. Very effective, always goes forward, always has something up his sleeve, you know, makes the team tick. And that's a player that Chiefs needed. And it's good for the club also, you know, to see Chiefs now challenging, getting the goals, making those millions of fans happy, you know. So, and also Miguel, a very good signing for Chiefs, a solid centre back,
yeah,
who also gets the goals, which is important, you know, set pieces. And yeah, this makes a very interesting weekend coming up. You know, Chiefs and Sundowns and Pirates are on form. I think it's the first time that all the three teams have won the 2 opening games. So it's nice to see the big teams on form, and hopefully this form goes through to the upcoming big game.
No, it's definitely, like you did mention, it's a big game, anticipated. Sundowns versus Chiefs. You know, Sundowns, we spoke about them yesterday. We call them almost the runaway train. Mm-hmm. But I think we just need to obviously be a bit realistic in terms of the performance and the analyst of the game today. They came out very, very strong today. Kaizer Chiefs, they took advantage, I think, of the goalkeeper change, which is something that I need you to touch on as well. Sereno obviously got a nice goal with Shabalala giving a decoy run. He used that decoy run very well. Miguel, very strong header. I feel like the goalkeeper could have done better, especially with Miguel's goal, but it was still a good goal. I don't want to take away from the efforts that he gave in the box there. Even with the first goal with Chivaviro, just a straight power shot, could have parried it away to the side. I think if it was maybe a more experienced keeper in that situation, sifted it to the side, but he literally just gave it back to him, made it a very easy, simple finish. So I think the goalkeeping change, it's not really looking good right now for Amazulu, because you've got Umota sitting on the bench, having coming back. When a mistake up from the national team, nagu Amazulu wenza amaflopo manje usebenchini bafaka inye keeper na wenza ngathi, well, not good on amaflopo, but I wouldn't say he's stellar. He's strong, he's commanding. He looked a bit frail, he looked a bit not too sure about himself. So that was something that I think the first half Kaizer Chiefs took advantage of, but second half we didn't really see much of that from Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, also that change also affected Amazulu, the goalkeeping department. I think it's always difficult, you know, having to change your goalkeeper. He hasn't played much, Mzimela. You know, he's always been a second feeder to Veli. So obviously, with the mistakes that he made, the same mistakes, but I mean, everyone makes mistakes on the field, but if you're a goalkeeper, they're always costly. So keeper coming in, I think the stage was a bit too big for him, and Chiefs took advantage. As I said, getting those goals early, getting the first goal early, puts the keeper under pressure. So you could see from there, he was shaky from there. And then come to the second half, and then now Chiefs sits back. They make the changes. They go back to a 3-5-2. which needs that counter now, because we're sitting back, absorbing the pressure from Amazulu. That's when I wanted to see the young men.
Obrigado.
Vilakazi. Yeah, I mean, you get a counter there. It's 3 versus 2. It's Obrigado, you've got Dupree, you've got Saile, and these are players who didn't start the game. Given that opportunity, I think for them it can be a learning curve that you come in a game, the score is 3-1. You are brought in as an attacker. You're not there to consolidate the game. Yeah, the game. Get there. It's a breakaway chance. Go there and score the 4th one. Raise your hand to be a starter. Don't give that I want to come on as a sub vibes. I think also players, we get comfortable that no second half is on because it happened the last time. I think it's an opportunity for him, to also demand that position on the right. I think he can raise his hand and say, Coach, you can start me on the right Saturday against the Sundowns. I think he mustn't give that relaxing vibe that can come on and do something once or twice. It's not enough for me.
He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, he has to come on, show that he wants to get goals, he wants to create more chances so that he can be in a starting lineup. Saile comes in, he tries to go through people. He's trying something. So I want that more from Obrigado.
Obrigado. Yeah, that's what the fans call him. Obrigado. So Mfundo Vilakazi basically.
Obrigado means thank you, or means nice, or means what?
Obrigado means thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes.
I thought maybe it will be nice. I think it will suit him more. But he's a nice player. But I think he needs to do more, man. For me, he must do more. Because maybe I might be expecting a lot from him, but as a young boy, he needs
to be integrated into the team. I think what I do like about the Kaizer Chiefs coach, like he did say in the beginning of the season, I mean, he looked at his material. He hasn't really gotten an opportunity to get a full transfer window. We need not, as Kaizer Chiefs supporters, they need not to be too excited. It's obviously going to be a long season. The first half was very good. I think the second half needed a lot more work. Just also to mention some gameplays and some players from Amazulu. The striker from Amazulu looked like he was a threat. Amazulu were quite a threat. I mean, I think they hit the post or the upright about 3 times in that game. Had those balls going in, it would have probably been a 3-3 game. It would have been a draw. It would have been a disappointing result for Amakosi. So those are things that they need to look at. I am quite impressed with the defensive line here. Kaizer Chiefs. Miguel looks very solid. The left back that we've got, Cross from Amazulu, looked like he can give a solid performance going through towards the long run of the season. Frostler, are you happy with his performance as well? So basically, looking at defense here too, Kaizer Chiefs, and looking at the midfield as well. Umart lost a couple of balls as well. I don't know if his transitional play is at the level that we need it to be at this point in time. If maybe you can also just give me some breakdown on the transitional play from the midfield and a little bit from the defense starting the build-ups.
Yeah, for me, I think the introduction of Blom, very key player. Very underrated. I'm a fan of his a lot. I was surprised when he left to the States. Very versatile player, very clever, and he brings that calmness in the midfield. Him next to Mart, I think it will work. It will work more better for Mart also, because Mart likes to explore the ground. He likes to be where the ball is. Yeah. So Blom is a more of a tactical player, very clever. So he's always in the right position. So he makes it easy for the centre backs, for Miguel and Dudley to be always organized. Yeah. Once that block is solid, going forward. That's why I'm saying also for Chivaviro for getting the goal, also that confidence, and then the spine of the team, if it's strong, it makes the team strong. Everyone just comes in and then they find the team strong, and it becomes easier for them to settle in. As I said, for them, they opened up, second half, but it might also go to the 3-5-2 formation. I don't think it was well trained on now the centre backs who must mark and who must cover. That's why you saw Amazulu creating those 2 chances at the end, which they could have equalized.
Definitely could have
They could have made a 3-3 game, and then all the good work that they've done in the first half could have went to waste. So that's also should be a learning curve to Kaizer Chiefs going forward, that you find a team like a Sundowns who will take those chances, and then you will lose the game at the end. So also I think also needs to go to the organization of where to go and how to go. The subs come in, Obrigado comes in, Saile come in. Now we're playing 3-5-2, playing 3 at the back. You know, you can't have Saile sitting there wide on the left and Obrigado sitting wide on the right when it's 3-5-2. We only have one fullback. You know, so the organization, but I don't think it's a formation that Chiefs will go forward to play with. And today, defending with the 3-5-2 obviously didn't work. Simango came on, and then there was 3 centre backs, but the Amazulu striker was able to get a free header. You know, so that's also an eye opener for the Chiefs coach, that the 3-5-2, the 3 centre backs, it doesn't really work. Getting a team like Sundowns will punish you and then you lose the game.
Well, you're on that point of Sundowns. Sundowns on the weekend. It's going to be an interesting game. Is there anything that you probably seen from today's game that KZ Chiefs, if there's some possibility that they could maybe come with something different in that game plan to surprise a team that's very compact and very solid like Sundowns that have played together for quite some time? KZ Chiefs is still obviously a team that's still in the making in terms of the new coach's understanding and development of his strategies. Is there anything that you saw in today's game that could probably give them an edge, or do you still see that game as a very tight one, or do you see that game almost as a Sundowns basically steamrolling KZ Chiefs?
No, it's going to be a nice game, especially seeing that the two teams are on a roll.
Yeah.
They've won 2 out of 2, so it's always nice having the big teams that they're both on form going to such a game, you know. As I said to you yesterday, that it's going to be the league decider. So I see Chiefs.
Hey, this guy.
No, like I'm saying, like now Chiefs.
Two coaches that haven't played each other as well. You must also think about that. These are 2 guys that haven't played each other as yet, so that also comes into play. You know, sometimes when a coach has been in the Premier League for a long time and he's played somebody for a long time, he kind of gets to outsmart him, play him. He knows him. Yeah, this is a new proposition for both coaches. So I think let's not be too in our wisdom wand and trying to predict it's gonna be a tactical game, it's gonna be a tough game.
But it's our it's Chiefs' advantage, because the coach doesn't really know what Chiefs are gonna come up with.
Yeah.
This coach hasn't played Sundowns, but I'm sure he's seen a lot of videos. Sundowns play the same way. They start from the back. They want to keep the ball. They are a possession team. So you have to play against it. You have to suffocate them. You have to push up high, force them to play long. I think with the bravery at the back of Miguel, I think they'll go for that. Like, push them high, make them kick long, because they don't want to be a team that plays off the second ball. So if Chiefs goes with a strategy that they must go high, don't let Sundowns start from the back, because that's what they want. They want to play from the back and to make you come late. Then they'll play out. So from a goal kick, push up high, 1-on-1, and then let them kick. And then Chiefs can play off the second ball with Mart and Blom there in the middle, who are grinders. You know, because Sundowns has a River, Opri Mudiba, who always want to be on the ball. So Chiefs, for them to stand a chance, you know, they must just disrupt how Sundowns plays, you know, and whenever they get the chances, they need to punish them. And hopefully we'll see a nice game full of goals, and may the best team win.
Yeah, hopefully it will be a packed full house as well. Just before we cut off as well, there's a player that I just wanted to mention, a very direct kind of player. What do you think the chances of Dupree's starting this season? He is a very direct player. He has probably been in the shadows a little bit of late, but he's a player that came on a little bit today, didn't really get the opportunities that he wanted. The supply wasn't really there. It was a bit dry for him, but a player who's always a threat every time he plays, very direct, got a lot of energy. What do you think the coach should do with a player that seems to be a threat, but maybe right now not getting that game time? Where do you see him in terms of the season, where he might land up in the team, starting lineup, coming off the bench, being an impact player?
Yeah, I think for a player like Dupree needs understanding from the coach. He played more of a winger at Stellenbosch, which he's a winger that feeds off the top striker. He's very quick. You know, he's got an eye for goal. So now at Chiefs, they want to play him as a striker. You know, I think he can play more as a right winger, but I don't know if he prefers to play that position himself, which I think he can do it. We saw today Duba starting there. You know, once you're a winger and you've got pace and you've got an eye for goal, it's an advantage for you. Just use your pace, get in the box, always be there, you know, be ready for anything that will happen, create those chances. And Dupree can do that. So him playing as a top man will be difficult for him to play, because how Chiefs plays now, there's Sorino, there's the youngsters around Sorino, you know, who who wants to feed off Chivavairo.
Yeah.
So that game, Dupri wants the balls behind. So him as a winger, he's got more chances of playing,
breaking into the starting lineup,
and also getting the chances. So it's going to be very difficult for him, but it's difficult on where the coach plays him. So and where does he prefer being played? You know, as a top man, I don't see him playing much. But him playing more on the right wing, I think it's where he might be effective if maybe he works on his game as a winger, not always wanting the ball behind. Sometimes coming to feed, turn one-on-one with the defender. You've got the pace, put it in space, get in there, get in those crosses, and also get at the end of crosses from the other side.
Okay, no, great stuff. Amazulu as well. You got to see them play against Kaizer Chiefs today. What did you make of just their gameplay? What do you think of the realistic targets for Amazulu this season?
Gonna be a very difficult season. They were very unfortunate to lose the game against Polokwane. Obviously, it was a fault from the goalkeeper. You know, it was a 0-0 game. They were away from home, and they ended up losing the game. So that also affects on the team's mentality. That now our keeper, now they changed keepers today. So that also has to do with the confidence of the team. They started off slowly, but Amazulu is always a team that threatens in the top 8, and that's where I see them threatening. I don't see them challenging for the league. But yeah, they're not a bad squad. Obviously, they release some senior players. I don't see XTN there. I don't see George Malulega there. I see Rama on the bench. So obviously, they're starting to get a new generation in them, and which takes time. But a team like Amazulu is not such a big club that the fans won't be that patient. So they're trying a new team, and hopefully it will work for them. And I see them somewhere around the top 8 bracket.
Something as well, just besides the two teams, the pitch, man. I think I looked at the pitch. The guys were trying to play, obviously, some of the more your kind of carpet football. Guys were slipping all over the box. That pitch, man, what was happening with that pitch today, man? Rugby that came before, man. I can't understand. As a professional footballer, if you know there's a PSL game coming, don't you come with the steamroller things there and make sure that the pitch is looking good? Because it looked like it was the Bokke were playing there before, man.
No, that only happened when it was maybe half time or after the game. It was slippery, but it's a night game. It's in Durban, it's a bit greasy. That's why you go out for your warm-up. You do passing drills, you do shooting, and then that's when
change
you
your boots, make sure
you and you use 6 starts or something. So the pitch, I think by now the guys are more professional to know which start to use, and also when you control the ball, you know that the grass, you know, it moves quicker, you know. So the boots you're gonna use, like you have to know. I think now the boys are professional now to about it. So yeah, pitch on
yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm like. How do supporter fans watching that? We're thinking, what's going on with this pitch? But I mean, if you do say that the guys need to know what kind of material that they need to use to go to war, then it does make sense. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a great game. We're happy to see the big 3 teams all get 3 points going into the next round of fixtures for the Premiership. It's going to be an interesting encounter next week. So we'll catch you guys definitely on the next match day reviews. Do make sure you guys subscribe, follow, share the content on TK Solutions. And yes, man, the comments, they're looking kind of nice. Hey, Baru, you're an analyst, Abute. Good top tier analyst. So you must keep it up, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep it up. Keep up
Thank
the good
you to
work.
the comments also.
Yeah, no, keep up the good work, my man. It's always nice to have you here. And we'll catch you on the next match day. Laza. Guys, thank you very much.